phone check real quick. I need to know if my sound is legit. Can y'all hear me out there? Do I need to turn this up? Or do I need to turn up and show y'all what's up? Look, EBCG. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know who I be. Is this my intro? It might be. Hold on. Kind of cooking. I ain't on front. You know what I'm saying? I thought, the mic is on. It's time to perform. Everybody can't go. EBCG. He is I is he. Yeah. And I'm back with another one. Man. Hey, yo, man. WILLMATIC. You already know what it is. EBCG Podcast, episode 35. I appreciate you all for tuning in and joining me this week. And this week has been a week. Honestly, realistically, this has been a hell of a year, Uh, if you've been counting the days, you know what I'm saying? Depending on what you've been going through. But yeah, man, there's a lot going on. I'm actually overwhelmed, as I usually am at the start of every episode, because I'm not gonna hold you. I'm looking at the docket right now, like coming off a really, really dope weekend, man. Obviously we had Juneteenth this past weekend on the 19th. It was just a real celebratory weekend, I'm not gonna hold you, man. It's June 22nd. We are literally at the end, fam. It is about to be September. It is about to be a whole nother season again, bro. I'm just trying to figure out. I know it just can't be me at this point because I've seen enough, you know, uh, of the posts on social about just basically like, why are we like, what season are we in right now, fam? Just a couple of days ago, I was asking myself, am I bugging out, bro? Because is it just me, or ever since we had our little, accident in Canada, right? I don't know, man. I just feel like the weather, the atmosphere, the air. I mean, we already seen what the air looked like. It was orange. We had orange skies in New York City, fam. The sky was orange. Then it turned pink. Then went back to orange. It was crazy, right? Then they was talking about, oh, the AQI is back to normal. But realistically, fam, it was a couple of days after that. I was still kind of tasting that in the air. I'm not even gonna hold you. It's like it's raining and it's warm. It's warm and windy. You know what I'm saying? It's shady and sunny. I'm not sure what is going on. All I'm saying is this. Everybody can't go. Look, man, let's get into the episode, man. I'm not going to hold you. John Morant. John Morant. You've probably heard this name before. You're probably aware of who John Morant is at this point. If you're not a basketball fan, you're probably aware of who John Morant is at this point. And the latest story that has been released in regards to John Morant is the suspension. So yeah, we finally landed on a suspension. Obviously this is something that has been, man, this has been brewing, and there's been a lot of speculation and a lot of anticipation, if you will, surrounding this whole John Morant, suspension. And he got 25 games, man. And realistically, listen, Adam Silver, salute to Adam Silver. You know what I'm saying? Because realistically, man, Adam Silver is truly a player's GM. I mean, there's no way around it. GM owner, rather. He's not the GM, fam. He is the owner of the NBA. He's a player's owner at the end of the day. And all of the things that we've heard about Adam Silver, and the contrast that is usually depicted is basically David Stern, was basically running things completely different. And obviously Adam Silver is, he's taking things in a different direction. He gave him 25 games. We can't really be mad, with 25 games. Realistically, fam, I didn't really I wasn't an advocate of, I was more so, thinking about the trade, situation. And obviously, as I say trade, man, we got some trade talk to get to on this episode. But before we get there, let's stay here. John Morant, I just felt like, yeah, I feel like they should have just traded him out of Memphis. I feel like the suspension is, I believe it is necessary to implement some sort of disciplinary act, right? You don't want to set a precedent, you know what I'm saying, where like you not going to even punish a player for doing something so outlandish. So yeah, he gave him 25 games. I feel like that's fair. 25 games is actually a lot of games still though. Because you hit 25, I'm thinking 25 games, 25 days. That's not necessarily 25 days. 25 games, they don't play every single day. So he's gonna miss a quarter, a quarter of the season. Obviously Memphis, as far as Memphis as a team, well, they're probably gonna be looking different now. They was already gonna look different, but obviously, some new developing trades, have taken place within the past 24 hours, and it's gonna be a completely different looking team, with or and without John Morant, and I just feel like as far as because I like this. Listen, man. At the end of the day, I'm a fan of basketball, right? I don't really necessarily, I don't want to say I don't care about what these guys got going on personally and in their personal life, because at the end of the day, we wish these brothers the best. We want them to be, winning on and off the court, right? It's the best way I could put that. That was actually amazing. Uh, that's off the dome. I mean, I kind of do this. Y'all know what it is. Episode 35. We here. I'm just freestyling right now, and I'm basically just trying to, all I'm saying is this: the Memphis Grizzlies were they was a good team when John Morant didn't play. Those games that he had got injured last season, they was winning games, man. They had the other point guard over there who's no longer there, but salute to Tyus Jones, who basically held John Morant down. When John Morant was out, he stepped up. He took the minutes and he did what he had to do. Now, at this point, we gotta wait and see. It's a waiting game. We'll wait to see how everything plays out for the Memphis Grizzlies. But you know what, man? We're gonna move past this now. And realistically, fam, I should never see another story about John Morant if it's not basketball related. And I mean, hopefully, at this point, he doesn't want to see another story of John Morant if it's not basketball related. Because realistically, fam, you put yourself in this position. We're gonna move past it now. We're gonna look forward to bigger and better things. Obviously, next season is gonna be interesting to say the least. I feel like I might have to. Nah, we're gonna keep the order. I'm gonna keep it in order. I almost did a little flip real quick because I feel like I don't like to get off of basketball and get back to it. But realistically, fam, we're gonna get back to some more basketball talk later on in the episode. We're gonna get to a little Boosie right now, though. Yeah, 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 yeah. Man, man. So when was this? It's June 22nd as I record. This incident took place. I don't know the date, and I'm not even sure how significant the date is, or does it even matter? Lil Boozy got snatched up by the goddamn feds, fam. The feds. The feds. The feds. Alphabet boys, you know, whichever you prefer. I prefer to keep their names out of my mouth. Period. All right. I don't really want to even talk about the feds. Realistically, fam, this should never really be a conversation where I'm even mentioning the feds. But I do have a podcast, right? So, these things kind of, come across my desk now, and I kind of got to, give my take on it. At the end of the day, the people, y'all demand this. Y'all demand these takes, because realistically, fam, there's nobody spitting these takes out like me. Come on, man. Like I said, I'm a student. Stephen A is up there with me though. I'm not gonna do that. Stephen A, listen, Stephen A, I'm still a student at the end of the day. Stephen A is really, really the GOAT. You know what I'm saying? Man, Stephen A just gets better and better, man. I've been watching his latest takes have been really, really good. You know what I'm saying? He definitely stepping his game up. The podcast is dope too. The Stephen A. Smith show. Shout out to Stephen A. Smith, man. All of the podcasters for real. Feel like this lane is wide open, and as you can clearly see, more and more people are getting more and more interested in podcasting, and I feel like it's really, really dope. Just to see how this thing is gonna grow and develop. In the next couple of years. Man, but Boozy, I'm not really I don't really have much here other than prayers and condolences, man. Not really sure exactly what, you know. Yeah, you could do the research. I'm pretty sure there's some YouTube videos where I'm probably gonna run into those at some point. But it's just like I don't really who can you really believe on the internet these days? And 9 times out of 10, people just really want to, use other people's mishaps and try to make a fortune off of it. You understand what I'm saying? That's really another bar. Just that's 2 bars. I'm saying 15 minutes in the episode. People are out here looking to take other people's mishaps and flip it into a fortune. And I'm not really here for the yo, Boozy got snatched by the feds, cuz and people speculating, and I don't really want to hear all of the speculation and all the talk, fam. Realistically, fam, let's deal with the root of the issue. And the root of the issue is black men are under attack. And obviously that's, doesn't really need to be said in 2023. I think we have enough evidence and enough supporting, you know, uh we've seen a lot of different incidents that would basically support that case, right? Whether it's been on social media, whether it's just been in your own, personal time. You might have seen something, with your own eyes. But all I'm saying is this: we definitely be doing it to ourselves too. And I'm not really sure why Boozy, he just actually was on. I was just watching him on Math Hoffa. What's the name of the podcast, man? I watch it, bro. Shout out to Math, man. I know the name of this, and I'm gonna hold on, pause this. So he, he definitely was just on, my expert opinion podcast. Shout out to Math Hoffa, shout out to everybody over there, the whole team. My expert opinion, they've been cooking. That Dame Dash was definitely one of them ones. Uh, But yeah, man, I feel like Boozy was just over there, and I watched the interview, and he was saying some things, man. And listen, man, I'm not really sure if it was a situation where something he said in this particular interview was something that they. I'm not really sure how that works because like I said once again, I'm not really here for the speculation. I'm just here for the facts and the facts only. Prayers and condolences to Boozy. I don't want to stay on this. It's very, very negative. It's bringing me down. Uh, I'm only on topic 2, fam. And realistically, we just gonna have to see how this plays out. I do know this much. Uh, you know, over the years, we've seen different situations and different incidents play out involving the feds, and we've never really seen this end in good. You know what I mean? So I do genuinely hope that everything gets resolved. I do believe he was let out on bail though, which is good, right? That he's at least he'll be able to kind of gather his resources and do whatever he has to do to get himself or get his family, more importantly, straight. Because obviously, this is the thing that's crazy to me. He was just basically talking about how when he came home that first time, obviously Boozy was, he had did that first bid or whatever the case may be. The free Boozy campaign was, what I'm saying, was everywhere in hip hop, Southern hip hop. Every artist was, screaming free Boozy. You know what I'm saying? That was kind of like the first artist that kind of had that campaign, if I'm not mistaken, right? I don't really remember a time where people were really saying free this artist as until that happened with Boozy. So obviously he came home, he lost everything, according to him. And he basically had to start over, right? So to see him kind of get back into his, you know what I mean? It's just unfortunate all the way around. He obviously has kids and family. So like I said, once again, prayers and condolences. We're gonna move off of that. It's just a lot of man. I don't know, man. I just feel like it's just been a lot of we see a lot of these artists, getting taken out by the same beast. You know what I'm saying? And it's just so interesting to me that the dynamic of basically how they all get propelled and put on these pedestals, right? And they're basically paid. I don't want to get that deep though. I don't want to get that deep. I don't. But it's just that I just been looking at the music industry lately, and it's just been really, really bothering me to see the way certain situations are playing out, And I feel like there's a real blurred line when we talking about the prison industrial complex and the music business slash industry, right? And now listen, we could be naive and choose to act like we don't know these things if we want to. Realistically, there's been stories for years. I've seen it too many times about I mean, we've all heard of the hip hop police, right? When they literally created a completely different task force within the police department to basically harass these artists at different venues. And I'm gonna get off of that though. That might be episode 40. I might have to really sit down with that at some point. Realistically, fam, I don't. It's not that deep if you choose to not let it be. But that is a rabbit hole, and it does get deep. Pause. Let's get off of Boozy. You know what I'm saying? And let's get to something semi-positive, right? Because at the end of the day, when I saw this, I'm not gonna hold you, man. I couldn't help but just, basically applaud, man. I had to just applaud. I had to literally get up out of my chair and stand up and applaud these two brothers when I seen the clip of Quavo and Offset reuniting for the first time since obviously, Takeoff, man. Listen, don't get me started on Takeoff on episode 35, man. That was basically, oh man, what a disaster. What a nightmare, right? We ended off 2022 with that, and it just left a bad taste in everybody's mouth for real. And obviously, Quavo and Offset were, a part of the group, the Migos. They were really close with this brother, and different emotions come out when these situations occur, and there was a lot that was said. And realistically, fam, all that matters at this point is that we see that they're taking steps to basically resolve that issue. And I do feel like that is something that we should applaud. So I want to salute Quavo and Offset for that because at the end of the day, that could have went a different route, right? Obviously, it was what was this? Takeoff's birthday celebration. Yeah, yeah. I'm not sure how old he would have been. Obviously, he was very, very young and, in the prime of his career. So, I'd say rest in peace, Takeoff, man. Once again, we don't want to live that tragedy. So we about to get off of this, but Quavo and Offset, man, I definitely had to write that down when I seen it. Does this mean that new music is on the way, or am I jumping the gun? Maybe I need to slow down, right? Like they're taking steps at the end of the day, but we gotta let them take the baby steps that they need to take to get right with themselves first before we can even think about any music. Maybe I need to slow down, right? But realistically, fam, Quavo has been putting out music, and Offset has been in a label dispute. So I don't know what's gonna happen. Actually, as a matter of fact, they're probably not gonna put out music on that note. Offset has been quiet, man, musically, And I just feel like I don't know, man. Again, we could have a whole conversation about the music industry. Like I said, I mean, at some point, we're gonna delve into that. We're gonna delve into that. I don't want to ruffle any feathers before I get this, like my studio, my contract, and the bag, and you know what I mean. I'm working on some things over here. And realistically, fam, I ain't been really sitting still these past couple of. Um, listen, things have been getting done. Sometimes it's better to not announce anything. As a matter of fact, most of the time, as a matter of fact, all of the time. and this is something that I'm learning. You probably shouldn't announce anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, why are we making announcements of the things that we're gonna do? Shouldn't we just be doing them and showing and prove? Huh? Actions and deeds and not words and lip service. Shout out to Quavo and Offset for that reunite, for Takeoff, for Big Take. You know what I'm saying? Salute to the Migos, and hopefully, everything works itself out for the better in that situation. And hopefully, we do get some new music at some point, man. Because realistically, fam, Takeoff, before I get off of this, man, like, we not going to sit here and act like Takeoff ain't really have the blueprint, fam. Like, he really actually was the artist who, I don't want to, I don't know, if created the Migos is the appropriate way to put it, but he basically developed the Migos sound, right? And that was kind of his thing. And realistically, fam, Takeoff could have took off without the Migos, right? And that would have just been a whole thing that he had. He kind of had that, and that's something that they always was vocal about, which made that situation just that much more painful. We're gonna get off of that now. I feel a tear coming somewhere. It's back there, right? Shout out to the Migos. I'm not sure if Offset is gonna be able to put out music this year, but hopefully they could work that situation out, in court. So, okay, this is where things we take a hard left here. Because now we get into NBA talk, right? And I laugh because I mean I don't know. I just laugh because I'm looking at my docket. I see some revisions that I literally just had to make right before. Realistically, this is like a NBA trades are happening every hour on the hour right now, right? This is the off season, off season, right? So as expected, during this period, obviously we've just crowned a new NBA champion, right? Denver Nuggets salute, which I just heard that Bruce Brown is not opting in to his contract, which by the way, I'm not listen, as far as the contract talk bag, you might want to forward to Max Kellerman or Stephen A. Woj. These guys are the guys that really sit there. Woj is, bro. We're not gonna get on Woj case again because I already gave Woj the business on episode. What was that? 28, 29. It might have been the both of those, right? And the fact that I think that Adrian Wojnarowski is actually an AI, right? I don't think he's a human, right? This guy has every detail of every meeting and every conversation that was had. He knows he's giving you verbatim the lines that were being used during the deal. Like this guy has way too much information and way too much time on his hands. Is all I'm trying to say. So when it comes to the contract talk, let's get back to what I was saying originally, which is I'm not really the contract talk guy, right? But I'm very, very alert and I'm very, very aware. And I did catch a wind of Bruce Brown's contract is probably not going. Bruce Brown is not going to be on the Denver Nuggets next season. Now I don't know what this means. I don't know where he'll end up. I do know that Phoenix is looking for a bench right now, right? So I don't know, man. It's just a lot of different scenarios, and it's overwhelming for real. Which is even more of a reason why I feel like Adrian Wojnarowski is an AI fan because I'm sitting here right now and I have a headache, right? Just off of that soliloquy I just gave y'all right there, my head is spinning right now, fam. Then you throw Dame into that, Kyrie. You got Zion. What is gonna happen with Zion Williams? We don't know. Is he going to the Knicks? Is he going? Are they gonna send him to Portland? Cause Dame over there and he want to be loyal. What's going on with Dame? What's going on with Dame? You see how I'm just jumping around? That's how overwhelming this is. It is so many different. So Dame, let's stay on Dame, right? Dame Dollar, my guy, got one of the best Kobe tribute songs in hip hop history, fam. And I went through all of them. I like that track with him and Snoop. You know what I'm saying? Pull it back, Kobe. Holla. Obviously, Dame got bars, right? And obviously, Dame can hoop. All I'm saying is this: I'm not sure how much of a businessman Dame is, or maybe he's more of a businessman than a baller. right? I might have it backwards, right? Maybe he's on to something by staying over there in Portland, Oregon. I'm not sure what it is. I'm not sure if it's like a tax break situation going on. Listen, man, in that echelon, it's a lot of different tricks and things you can do to make sure that you're not getting your money shaved. I'm not really sure what he figured out in Portland that is keeping him so loyal to the soil. But I'm hearing things like basically like Dame not even really trying to leave Portland. Basically, after all of these teams and all of these players have been moved around, we see all of these different teams opening up their roster, clearing some stuff out, getting some guys out of there, getting contracts out of there. They trying to make space for Dame right now. Openly. They saying it publicly. We want Dame right now, right here. We got the jersey, everything. We waiting for Dame. He doesn't care, fam. He doesn't care. He wants to stay in Portland, Oregon for whatever reason. Now, this is the thing. We have other players, right? Who obviously are available, and the whole thing is like, does he feel like Portland is a team that is going to be desirable for these players in the offseason? I just don't see a scenario where they build a championship team around Dame in Portland. What Dame needs to do, because realistically, fam, what time is it, fam? The draft. Listen, the draft is in a couple 5 hours, fam. The draft is in 4 hours and in 21 minutes, fam. That's wait, hold on. Carry the one. 4 hours, fam. Okay? Roughly 4 hours. The draft will be on. And Scoot, what's boy name? Scoot Henderson? Listen, enough said, right? Obviously, we heard the statement that Dame made in regards to, his future with the team and basically saying I'm not really interested in the rebuild situation. I'm ready to go right now. I've been ready to go. You understand what I'm saying? But realistically, fam, I tried to hold off to see if y'all was gonna get right so that we could get right together. But realistically, fam, if y'all trying to do some rebuild stuff, I'm not this is not verbatim. If y'all trying to rebuild, then I'm trying to dip, basically. You feel me? And Brooklyn is looking alright over there. You got Mikal Bridges, you got Cam, you got a couple of guys with Ben Simmons. We don't really know he's a wild card, right? Because realistically, fam, Ben Simmons was a number one pick in the draft. At some point, this guy was highly skilled and highly touted, right? And we kind of haven't. It's been some time, and yeah, obviously the memes make it hard for you to, what I'm saying, take a player serious, basically, right? We've seen too many memes with Ben Simmons looking crazy, he on the sideline, colorful stuff on, not playing, looking crazy, right? And then when he get on the court, he don't even want to play. He not even trying to shoot. He don't want to dunk the ball. It's just looking all bad for Ben. But realistically, I say all that to say this: we don't know what he's gonna look like with Dame, and I just feel like I don't know, man. You got those egos out of there with Kyrie and KD, maybe Ben Simmons opens up and becomes a different player. I don't know. I'm just saying it might not be a bad look for Dame in Brooklyn. Or wherever he ends up. Milwaukee, Chris Middleton. I have none of this in front of me. I'm going all off the dome here, all freestyling right now. This is all of the everything that I've gathered and put and compartmentalized and put it and stored it in the file I have. I got my podcast file in my brain, fam. Chris Middleton, right? He's a free agent as well. So obviously Milwaukee will be looking to fill that void, and they're gonna be needing a shooting, what was Chris Middleton like a he wasn't like a 3 and D guy, was he? He could shoot. Yeah, I feel like they got the best out of Chris Middleton. They got the best out of that. Of what they're gonna get out of him. Uh, I'm not really sure where he's gonna end up. I'm not really sure if I care. I'm not really sure how significant it will, unless he plans on going to one of the teams that are basically gunning for that championship. Obviously, we got Phoenix, we got Boston, and I mean, I'm trying to hold off, man. I don't think I can hold off though any longer. Ladies and gentlemen, Mark is smart. Mark is smart. Yeah, yeah. That guy. You remember that guy that I was talking about on that episode where I basically said, I'm not sure why. Mark, you can go back. It's episode 32. I don't remember the title though. I'm not that, smoking a lot of kush over here, man. I know it was episode 32. It might have been 31. My point is this, fam. It was the Jimulus pack. I remember. Yeah. The Gymulus pack, which was episode 31. Man, listen, I'm just saying, man, Marcus Smart, listen, man, salute, man. Thank you. And thank you. Thanks. We as a matter of fact, do we need to applaud that man? We're not gonna do all that. Cause I don't even got to speak over here. Like I'm about to get up and kill my flow to get the applause on for Marcus Smart. At the end of the day, I'll salute you, King. You did what you had to do. You came, you saw, you conquered, fam. But realistically, you wasn't gonna get an NBA championship in Boston. Okay? And I hate to break the news to you on this episode. And realistically, fam, you might be listening to this at this point. Because you might just be so depressed right now, somewhere, where you just probably might be going down a rabbit hole on the internet and somehow, some way, you stumble upon the EBCG. Now, what I will say is this: you made the right choice if you stopped here. Okay? But at the same time, I just feel like the Celtics made the right choice as well, man. And look, the transition game is getting crazy, but they definitely made the right choice. And they traded Marcus Smart. This is just I'm not sure. This happened yesterday. Listen, I'm running around. I don't know what day it is. I know it's June 22nd because I just said that for the intro. My point is this: this happened within the past 24 hours, and Christoph. I'm not sure how I pronounce this guy's name. Is it Christos? Christoph? Listen, man, he's 7'3" and he can shoot the ball, fam. I don't care what his name is. Send him over here. They got a 7'3" shooter. They got another Al Horford, but a taller, more athletic, with a higher ceiling, younger, more athletic, right? And I'm honestly, realistically, fam, this is a steal for the Celtics, man. They literally they got rid of the worst player. Like, realistically, fam, this is the best trade they could have made. I know. I said some things on that episode. I was talking, I said some things about Tatum, and realistically, fam, I don't take any of it back. I feel like everything I said was factual. I feel like he's soft in moments where they need him to be grizzly, right? No pun intended. Because now Marcus Smart is about to be grizzly, and it's just crazy right now. So obviously, John Morant, we was just talking about John Morant, and obviously John Morant has been suspended for 25 games. So I mean, that might be the only good news for Marcus Smart here. Is the fact that, listen, man, yeah, the team that I got drafted to, the team that I gave everything to, I gave them my blood, sweat. He said that in the locker room. I gave y'all my blood, sweat, and tears. He looked like one of those that get up and start yelling and getting emotional, tears coming out his eyes. He looked like he something up too, though. So realistically, fam, I think Tatum and them might have left the locker room, fam. Because like I just said, the boy is soft in moments. And I'm pretty sure he don't want them hands from Marcus Smart. Especially after he just found out he got traded to Memphis, a John Morantless Memphis Grizzlies. Now that might be good for Marcus Smart right there, though. The fact that you're gonna be able to have enough time to kind of get comfortable, get familiarized in the point guard role, right? This is now your big opportunity. Obviously, you was taking game winners last season, fam, and you was in you was feeling it, right? But now this is your opportunity to really be that guy for a team. Now you can take a game winner and not feel so guilty about it, and it won't look so crazy now. Because why are you taking game winning shots when Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum are there, fam? And that was all I was really trying to say. I don't think that Marcus Smart is a bad player. Obviously, any basketball player is not going to think that Marcus Smart is a bad player. I think he's good, you know, and he can be great, especially on defense. That's kind of where he, has made his name in his career on the defensive end. Obviously, he had that Defensive Player of the Year award. What was that? About 2 or 3 years ago. I just feel like what happens is sometimes players, and I just was listening to Max Kellerman, and Jay Will break this down. So I don't want to lie to y'all. This ain't really my take right here. It's not even really that fly anyway. So you probably was gonna be able to notice. This is a Max Kellerman Jay Will take right here, fam. I just feel like he's not a good fit for the Boston. In other words, he's a good player, but it's like, fam, Tatum is great. You know what I'm saying? Tatum is great. Jalen Brown is good and great. He's in the middle of that, right? He go back and forth between the two, and he's obviously on the cusp of greatness, right? If he get his handle right, because realistically, fam, we still listen, man. It's actually, man. I heard Jalen Brown about to get a super max, fam. I had it all wrong. I did. I did. I had it all wrong. I thought Jalen Brown was the first player that was gonna get a traded. I mean, I thought after that performance that I seen, yeah, Marcus Smart, it's a blockbuster trade, man. It's a blockbuster trade. And what I was getting ready to say was that his style and the way he plays and the way he attacks the game, approaches the game, not attacks, the way he approaches the game and the way he's such a basically floor general. He's kind of like a dominant. He's too dominant on the ball, bro. When you got guys over there who are generational players, you know what I'm saying? Like, and realistically, fam, he's gonna be good in Memphis. He's gonna be good in Memphis, man. And I feel like it's a good trade. I'm not sure how he feels about it right now. I'm actually looking forward to his press. His I'm just saying, man. I know for a fact he got to be feeling some type of way. And realistically, this is not the first time the Boston Celtics have done this, man. They did this to IT. Like they will rip your throat out of your chest, fam. Like they will build you up and break you down. If you don't get them a damn championship, it is what it is. So now we got Tatum, Jalen Brown, and Kristaps Porzingis, who obviously, if you follow the stats, which I don't, I got this from Max Kellerman as well. He definitely just came off of his, you know, one of his better seasons according to the, the stats. And listen, man, it is what it is, man. We're gonna see how that plays out. I will say though that the Celtics are definitely gonna be needing a point guard now, though, which I do think is interesting because obviously we have a few guards, out there, and Kyrie being one of them. Now, I don't want to say that I'm Nostradamus, right? But I did say that Marcus Smart shouldn't have took that last shot. And I might have even said something about him getting traded. I don't wanna go back, and I don't really want to go back into the past like that. But I'm pretty sure if you go back to episode 31, you'll see it right there in front of you, right? And I also mentioned something about Kyrie, and basically I feel like Kyrie never really got his real opportunity in Boston. I truly believe, I definitely believe it now, that if Kyrie Irving was on the Boston Celtics and we had him for a full healthy season of Kyrie with Jason Tatum, Jalen Brown, and now Kristaps Porzingis, you are not telling me. I don't want to hear nothing about the Denver Nuggets. If you get Kyrie over there with them guys, get them in the training camp and let them get their chemistry together. I'm just saying, man, it's gonna be one hell of a season, man. I don't know where Kyrie's gonna end up. He might end up just staying in Dallas at this point. Is basically what it's looking like. The NBA media mafia has done a tremendous, thorough job. You congratulations. Y'all have destroyed this man's reputation, fam. These teams are scared to death of Kyrie. You ain't hear not one team. You don't see nothing with Kyrie. He was at the Lakers games, and then the Lakers got swept, and he ain't. I just don't know what's about to happen with Kyrie, man. But then again, it's the NBA. You never know. Marcus Smart is now a Memphis Grizzly. So my question is he gonna like keep the hair color? Obviously, you can't keep the green hair now, right? He probably gonna cut that shit out of anger. Like I dyed my hair for these niggas. I ruined my roots. I ruined my damn roots for this team. And this is how you pay me? That is crazy though, that he ruined his roots and shit. Cause he definitely green dye every playoff game is crazy, man. That roots is finished. Chris Paul. Chris Paul. Oh man, Chris Paul. Look at me getting ready to forget another blockbuster trade that also took place. So we got Chris Paul, Bradley Bill, uh, Bradley Bill and Chris Paul. I'm not sure if was it a one off? Were there some other lingering pieces there? All I know is this, man. Bradley Bill is a Phoenix Sun. and he will be playing with Kevin Durant and Devin Booker next season, fam. That's really all I need to know about that. Uh, as far as Chris Paul, I mean, man, I don't know, man. This probably will go down as one of the saddest. Like low key, man. Chris Paul story is like this got to be like top five, one of the saddest stories in the NBA in NBA history. I mean, man, as great as a point guard as Chris Paul was, man, and obviously we seen him get close, you know, but we also seen that injuries, man, are just not gonna allow this brother to, basically just stay on the floor. And at the end of the day, he's going to the Wizards, man. Listen, man, Chris Paul, you're a veteran, man. You got the Cliff Paul brand. Your money good. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like it's kind of like it's one or the other, realistically, fam. You can't have it all. Everybody can't go. You understand what I'm saying? Everybody can't go. Everybody can't go. That was my point. Everybody can't go. Chris Paul, you're not gonna be able to get a championship, my brother. It's just not gonna be there for you, man. Listen, listen. Allen Iverson doesn't have a championship ring. Enough said, fam. It don't get no greater than AI. You understand what I'm saying? At his size and what he was doing. So for him to, and we seen how close he got, right? It's just not always gonna be there for everybody. And obviously, we're not sure how this is gonna play out. Chris Paul, I'm not sure. Obviously, so is he gonna stay in Washington? Probably not. Probably not. More than likely they getting ready to move him again. I feel like how many teams has this guy been on, fam? Realistically, the Phoenix trade wasn't really expected to, become what it did. But that was at a time when they kind of had they had depth and a bench and shit. Like, and then the next question there is, so what happens now? Like, all right, y'all got Bradley Beal, uh, but y'all don't really have anything else. There's no real depth on the bench. So the question becomes now, what are we gonna do with DeAndre Ayton? Right? What are we gonna do with this big? At the end of the day, listen, man. Again, another first round pick, right? So we have to put respect on his name, right? He didn't get to that position for no reason, fam. Obviously, this man can play basketball. It's just like we don't know if he can play basketball on this team, or we don't know what's really going on with him on this team. The coach ain't there no more. So realistically, fam, we can't really use that as an excuse anymore. Oh, he was arguing with the coach, and it's a new coach now, fam. So I'm not really sure. Are they gonna move DeAndre Ayton? I feel like they should at this point. I feel like you probably need to, you know what I'm saying, upgrade your depth before you get back into a playoff series with the Denver Nuggets. So that was basically that on that. Bradley Bill, Chris Paul. I'm pretty sure I'm missing everything else. There's a bunch of trades that took place, right? These are just the ones I caught, right? These are the main, you know what I'm saying, the hot button topics, if you will. KCP. Oh yeah, they got some first round picks as well over there. The Wizards. So Wizards are definitely in rebuild mode. Obviously, we have the draft tonight, or this weekend. If you're listening to this late, uh, yeah. So they're in rebuilding mode, and obviously they're not really. I don't think they're really banking on Chris Paul with the two first round draft picks and then the draft tonight. You understand what I'm saying? So there's a good chance that we will be seeing Chris Paul move to another team. Draymond Green opted out of a contract as well. What I'm hearing is that this is more than likely a money move. Again, I'm not really into these players' pockets. I'm not really into the contracts. You know what I'm saying? I don't even really understand it. In 2K, I take the contract shit all the way off. Understand that I don't even really deal with that in 2K, right? I'm not sitting there trying to figure out what the bird rights is. I paid $100 for this game, fam. Turn this shit the off, man. If I want KCP, LeBron, and Melo on the same team, that's just what's gonna be, right? If I want AI, Shaq, Kobe, I got every super. I be doing the most on 2K, right? I don't have time for the contracts. Is what I'm saying. It's complicated, man. It makes things too complicated. And realistically, we dealing with inflation, and I'm like, it's just like, fam, get these numbers away from me right now, right? It's very traumatic. I'm not really sure what. So that's what they're saying. Draymond is, attempting to do. He trying to raise up the bag. He trying to get a bag out of it. He trying to. I don't know if that's the case, man. Like I said, I watched the Draymond Green podcast, and realistically, fam, 4 episodes ago, he looked like he was ready to get the out of there. He was saying things that it was just like, man, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. He was kind of throwing some mixed signals out, and at this point now, obviously they have a new GM over there. Bob Myers, stepped down. I am freestyling right now, so I believe Bob Myers is correct though. I think I do have that much, right? Bob Myers definitely was the GM, and he definitely stepped down. Now there's a new guy there. I don't have the name off the top of my head, but what I do know is this. Check this out. Sean Livingston, former player for the Golden State Warriors, and he was a hell of a player for them. I actually forgot about his little run over there. Sean Livingston was due for a sneaker deal on the low. But we're not going to talk about how he was a big part of those Golden State. He had a couple of those clutch threes too, right? When Stephen, you know what I mean, wasn't really. My point is this: he stepped down from whatever position and role that he was given behind the scenes. I'm not sure if he was the assistant. I'm not sure what it was exactly. I don't want to misquote, but all I know is that he's stepping down, right? So what we're seeing is basically the Warriors as we knew it. Uh, I'm not gonna say that the dynasty is crumbling, and I'm not gonna take it that far. What I will say is they're definitely transitioning into whatever they're going to transition into, right? And we'll have to wait and see how that plays out. The draft is tonight, though. So we're seeing a lot of, you know what I'm saying? Everybody real comfortable right now just thinking about the future because obviously we have the future entering the league. You know what I'm saying? Right now as we speak, right? Victor Webman, I mean, we already know where he going, though. That's not really much of a surprise, but man, I'm looking forward to seeing. I heard a report about how they was basically saying, you too little for the league. You need to get your weight up, fam. And he basically responded with, I think they need to get skinnier. Which I mean, listen, I'm not sure what that means. I don't really know what that means. Me personally, I've been elbowed in the ribs, all type of like it hurts, right? You get hurt out there playing around and trying to get to the rack and do something crazy and you're not really built like that, right? He's talking about they got to get skinnier. Whatever that means, we will wait to see. And I'm looking forward to it, fam. He might have a whole new style that we ain't even really see yet. All I know is this: I've never seen anybody catch a putback off of their own 3-pointer, fam, with one step. That's all I'm saying. So I'm looking forward to that. Obviously the Scoot Henderson. I wasn't really aware of too much of his game. I've heard his name a lot, so that's exciting. I've kind of been around long enough to kind of know when it just feels like it's about to be something. And obviously, this kid is about to be something real special in the league. From what I'm hearing, he definitely needs to work on his jump shot, right? Which I feel like, listen, we seen Braun come in the league and we seen what he was doing, shooting and what he ended up, you know what I'm saying? How he developed that, his shot. So I don't feel like he's gonna have any trouble in that department there. I'm just looking forward to seeing the new talent in the league, man. The new teams. This is the most exciting time of the year for the NBA. We're gonna see some changes now, different teams, different players with different jerseys. Realistically, and now that I really think about it, man, damn, I was ahead of this Celtics trade. I've been got Marcus Smart out of there. And I definitely, at one point in time, I'm not going to say I did this most recently because I just got my 2K back like 2 weeks ago, right? I wasn't even really on the 2K for a little minute. You know what I'm saying? I did get a couple of episodes, right? I kind of forgot about 2K, to be honest. But I believe I had KCP on the Celtics, if I'm not mistaken. And I mean, listen, man. Maybe 2K knew something. Maybe 2K knew something. I'm gonna move off of basketball for now. That might be yeah, we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on. Let's move on, man. Because obviously there's a lot more developing and we will come back with the latest and the greatest. So there was absolutely some new music releases that I definitely wanted to give honorable mention to.
more specifically, Killer Mike. I'm not even gonna hold you, man. Killer Mike dropped. This is basically the epitome of. This is like the South's version of 444, fam. He came on here with all of the legends from the South. You got Andre Three Stacks on there, Big Boy, all of the that whole collective of the Dungeon family, and I definitely bumped the album from front to back, and there's really no skips on here. No ID, on the production, and man, obviously no ID. I'm not even gonna hold you. I listened to that album and the first thought I had is like, did Jay-Z hear this album, fam? Cause I'm thinking to myself like, this is damn near level, like blueprint level production that No ID is doing on here. He really went on there and went crazy. Killer Mike definitely dropped. Gunna dropped. I ain't hear the album, but I've definitely been hearing about the album. And you know, it is. Listen, man. There's a lot of talk. It's a lot of a lot of buzz. You know, surrounding Gunna right now. And listen, I was never necessarily a fan of his music. I definitely recognize the talent, and I understand that we are in a different time in music, right? As far as the sound and you know, obviously, Killer Mike, being from Atlanta, obviously Gunna is from Atlanta. So it's kind of like, I don't know, man. I feel like it's safe to say the South is kind of, they stepping forward right now, man. Obviously, Andre 3000, the Grammys, we remember the statement that he came up there, he made. The South got something to say, and realistically, fam, they've been saying something ever since, fam. And right now, the South is not running the game. I'm not gonna take it that far. Hold on, slow down. Ice Spice is definitely lit right now. Shout out to Lola Brooke. We definitely got. I feel like the female artists, low key, really are kind of running hip hop, more specifically the trap. The trap sound right now. I say all that to say this, man. I'm waiting for Kendrick. I'm waiting for Kendrick. I'm waiting for Cole to fall off. Obviously, we still waiting for that fall off. Not really sure what Drake is doing. We ain't get a Rihanna album in like 5 years. ASAP Rocky. It's a lot of rumored albums. We got a rumored Andre 3000 album. This guy just runs around with a flute. He'll pop up in Japan 1 minute. He on 34th Street. I'm always hearing about Three Stacks in New York City. We seen him. He's always getting spotted. He's like a goddamn giraffe out here, fam. He's like Bigfoot out here, fam. You'll just spot him randomly. But hopefully, we'll be looking forward to that album. And I definitely also wanted to give an honorable mention to, rest in peace, Big Pokey. You know, uh, obviously, respectable artist from the South. That whole Southern scene. DJ Screw, Paul Wall. They definitely put out that song "Sit 'Em Sideways." And I'm not even gonna hold you, man. I'm not even gonna hold you. This is like LimeWire days right here, fam. And I'm really getting a flashback right now because I definitely downloaded that song on LimeWire and had that on repeat, fam. That was my joint right there, man. And Big Pokey came on there with that energy, man. I'm not gonna sit there and act like obviously listen, the South, I'm from New York. Listen, I'm not necessarily tapped into the whole Southern scene. And I might not know his whole entire catalog, but all I'm saying is this, you know, uh definitely passed away, I believe, on stage, which is, obviously unfortunate. Listen, man, it's the 50th year of hip hop, man. Artist passing away on stage, a hip hop artist, more specifically, is definitely not what we want to see, this year. So we definitely wanted to just, pay homage to, to Big Pokey, rest in peace.
Big salute to Pharrell Williams. Man, salute. Now this is the thing. I'm not gonna hold you. I just feel like me, as far as me personally, right? We wanna prefix this with salute Pharrell Williams, right? Because you actually have the same slave name that I have, right? Which is crazy, fam. Why do we still have our slave names in 2023? See now that again, once again, so the music industry and the slave names thing, we're gonna bundle that all up into one big giant episode, and that's gonna be a whole thing. That might be a movie, but we're not gonna really get into all of that, right? We'll cross that bridge when we get there. But all I'm saying is this: Pharrell Williams, right? Pharrell Williams. I'm definitely getting ready to do an ancestry. By the way, that's gonna be another episode. And I would definitely be back with the results for y'all. I got plans for this, man. I do. I really do. I actually want to do that and do the visual. That might be my debut visual podcast right there. Cause I know y'all. Realistically, I know y'all been dying for the visual. Like, listen, I get it. I get it. You don't think I'm outside? I see them over there across the street, side eyeing me and all that stuff. I see the eyes. I see the eyes. I know y'all want to see the visuals. What I'm saying is this: I'm working. I'm working. Just wait on it. Just wait on it. Pharrell Williams obviously recently was named creative director of, the menswear line for Louis Vuitton. And this is what I was getting ready to say. When it comes to that whole fashion world, I don't really get into that fashion bag like that. I'm just gonna keep it all the way 1,000. I don't really do I never was really into the high end, obviously, because the stuff is expensive, right? And unaffordable for the most part, right? That's number one. Number two, I just don't feel like I don't even really feel it incentive anymore. There was a point in time, right? I'm not gonna sit here and cap. And realistically, a few of y'all gonna be listening to this like, fam, what are you talking about, fam? I remember your sneaker game. I remember your fits, though. I was just never really into the trying to be the center of attention, right? Now, realistically, fam, I might have had some shit on and crushed you, right? But what I'm saying is this: that wasn't never really my goal. Like I didn't wake up every. Yes, I did though. I'm lying, bro. It was some days I did that, right? But this is like younger me. I'm talking about me as a grown adult. I don't do that anymore. I don't care about. I would literally put on anything at this point in life. Not anything, but my point is this: I'm not into the fashion game like that. I don't really do the fashion. I definitely don't do the high end fashion. I feel like a lot of this stuff is really just trash. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna keep it all the way 1,000, man. Overpriced trash, fam. This is the cotton that we used to pick on the fields, fam. Why are we giving them this shit back? Come on, man. Y'all, I might have to bundle that up with what episode am I gonna give y'all these jewels in? Huh? Cause I'm on episode 35 right now. I've been trying to hold out on the jewels episode. I'm not gonna hold you, cause realistically, fam, if you know me, you probably know that I've been kind of talking my ish. You understand what I'm saying? And realistically, fam, I've been potting. I just started calling it the pod now, but realistically, this might be episode 200 and something at this point, right? I got off a topic. I got off a topic. Pharrell Williams, salute, amazing. I'm just saluting Pharrell because I just feel like obviously Pharrell is Pharrell. Number one, it's the 50th year of hip hop. Number two, so anything hip hop related, you know, somebody on that level, somebody of Pharrell's caliber, obviously Pharrell has contributed a lot, not just to hip hop, but to music in general. But specifically hip hop, we're gonna highlight here because obviously it's hip hop 50, and he brought Jay out, and he brought Jay out. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Was in Paris, fam. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Literally, they was in Paris, at Pharrell's show. I just felt like it was dope. I just felt like it was dope, and I also feel like at this point we gonna have to make some arrangements, fam. Cause I got the Drake Pusha shit on the other page, fam. Nah, hold on, fam. Breaking news. Hold on, fam. Cause now we here and we not gonna do that. I'm not gonna break it up like that. Cause we already here now talking about Pharrell and this fashion show he did in Paris, right? And we seen Jay, and we also heard the Clipse, more specifically Pusha T of the Clipse, which is so ironic that Pusha has my first name, which is Terrence, and Pharrell has my last name, which I literally just put that together, fam, which is absolutely bananas. Maybe. So look, I might be in the Clipse, fam. I don't know, man. Pharrell Williams, fashion show in Paris. Jay was there, Beyonce was there, all of the stars were there. It was amazing. Salute to Pharrell. I'm not really into the Louis Vuitton fashion game, but what I will say is this: this is a big effing deal, fam. This is a big deal, right? And he gave Kanye his props, which I felt like was appropriate and necessary. Obviously, his contributions over there and everything he's done over the years. It's just a big move for Pharrell, obviously Pharrell, and then also I just feel like one of the pioneers as far as yeah, man, just the fashion in hip hop and basically, what's the word I'm looking for? Indie, huh? Weirdo. Just the skateboard P thing, and obviously the babes. He brought a lot to the world of fashion and the streetwear and everything like that. Pharrell was very, very instrumental in that lane early. You understand what I'm saying? And you'll hear stories about this about Pharrell before Pharrell was even Pharrell, right? So I'm saying that to say basically he kind of paid his, he earned this, is what I'm saying. I feel like he earned this, and I want to salute Pharrell for this. It's a big look, big move. But now that we kind of, because realistically, fam, I did want to salute him, and that is my guy, right? And realistically, fam, I don't know who want to see this man in the verses right here. Because we talk all that verses talk, but we never really quite say Pharrell name. And you know why that is? That's because he's in every single damn lane, fam. Every single lane. There are songs that have been written by this man that your daughter might have been singing in the car, and you don't even know it. You don't even know he wrote it, bro. This guy's writing everything and anything. Okay, pay his dues. Salute to Pharrell, but realistically, fam, I use Pharrell. I use Pharrell. Yeah. I did. I kind of wanted to salute him, but I really wanted to get to something that's a little bit more pertinent here, right? And what I'm talking about and what I'm referring to is the fact that, well, two things. The Clipse was definitely also at the show, which I think is super dope that he had the Clipse. This is the first, the group that you introduced to the world, and what I'm saying, this big high, monumental moment in your career, milestone moment. It's basically like a full circle moment to have the Clipse kind of. I just felt like that was a flex, right? I also felt like Pusha T. Let's get to it. Let's get to it because I can't even contain it anymore. Pusha T versus Jim Jones in 2023. Is that what we doing? So look, man, this is the thing. This is the thing. This is the thing. Uh, Jim Jones. Now, I mean, listen, man. I'm a New Yorker. I'm a New Yorker. I am a New Yorker. Through and through, I am a New Yorker, and realistically, fam, I was just in Harlem. I was just in Harlem. I was really just in Harlem. Like, I frequent Harlem, right? And I love Harlem. I do. I absolutely love Harlem. Love the people, love the community. I love it. I love everything about it, right? The murals, the paintings, the essence. You could still feel the presence of all of those, freedom fighters that marched up and down those blocks. And every now and then you might look to the left and you'll see a mural of them right there. And it's just like, whoa, these people are really still alive out here for real. If you really like tapped in, right? My point of saying all this is as far as Jim Jones, and obviously Jim Jones is from Harlem and he's a New Yorker too, but that don't necessarily mean that I'm siding with the New Yorker here, right? And realistically, fam, we could fight, bro. Is what I'm really trying to say. I'm in Harlem all the time. I'm not really worried about running into you at Cat Steak. I don't even eat there. I don't want no smoke with Jim Jones. All I'm saying is this, fam. I'm not siding with the New Yorker. I don't have a New York bias here when it comes to hip hop beef, right? And that's basically what this has become. This is not a real beef, obviously. This is not like a street beef. I don't believe that Jim Jones and Pusha T. I don't believe that they'll escalate and get any further than just some lyrics or whatever the case may be. But at the end of the day, all I'm saying is this: Jim Jones, you asked for this, son. I gotta talk to you like a New Yorker now, fam. My G, you asked for this, dog. Like, what did you expect, fam? Like, Pusha T is a lyricist, like what you thought it was sweet, my bro. Like You thought Pusha T wasn't gonna respond? At the end of the day, we've heard Pusha T over the years and everything that he's done on wax, and we just recently seen what he did and the whole situation with him and Drake. And obviously Drake ain't really, but then that's the whole piece right there, man. Drake somehow is involved again. And are you basically trying to tell me that Drake got dudes out here beefing for him? Is that what we doing? Because we all know the story. We know that Drake went to Harlem and you know what I'm saying, went to he had a show at the Apollo and obviously he brought out Dipset, as he should have, coming to Harlem and he paid homage, paid his respect and I don't know, I guess I'm not really sure Jim Jones might feel a certain kind of loyalty at this point, after that and obviously Pusha T and Drake and at the end of the day, man, it's kind of just like all I'm really trying to say is this: Pusha T will smoke Jim Jones fucking boots in a battle, fam. Bar for bar, pound for pound. Like I'm trying to like sugarcoat it. I'm trying to walk y'all. At the end of the day, fam, all that. Jim Jones don't want no type of smoke with Pusha T in any type of rap situation. This is what I'm telling you, right? I'm not asking you anything. I'm telling you this. He don't want that smoke. He don't. And realistically, I don't think Jim Jones, he don't want that smoke. We seen his response. He's sitting there laughing. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. What, the cat got your tongue, fam? What, you waiting for your ghostwriter to come write something? Why are you laughing, fam? Your man dropped a diss track snippet on your man in Paris. He was in Paris with Hove, another New Yorker, right? Who I don't even feel like rock with Jim Jones like that because Jim Jones had something crazy to say about Hove at some point, right? You just always talking crazy about somebody. If it's not Matt, you wasn't really saying nothing to True Life though, but we're not gonna get into all that. I might have to edit that out low key too. Shout out to True Life, and I'm not really sure what True Life is right now. Yeah. So I'm getting off topic here, right? Jim Jones and Pusha T. Let's stay on topic, man. So basically, Jim Jones had some things to say about Pusha T in regards to a list that was put out, a hip hop list, and he didn't agree with a ranking or something along those lines. Basically insinuated that Pusha T wasn't that good of a rapper, right? Which obviously, it's absurd, right? Obviously, Pusha T can rap circles around most of these guys, right? Now, if you want to argue content or maybe, his style, we're not going to ever argue about his rapping ability, right? That there's no argument there. Now, if you want to talk about his album, you know, not his most recent, because his last two was out of here, right? But maybe you might say, oh, you only talk about drugs. You only got certain things that you talk about. You don't really, your creativity might be stagnant or whatever the case may be. You might have an argument there. But realistically, fam, Jim Jones shouldn't have that argument. Like, that's my only issue here. Like, why are you trying to sit here and call out another rapper because he ain't rapping like Jim Jones? You dropped Ballin', fam, in '05. You wasn't really that good after that. Then no, this is the thing. All right, let me slow down. Hold on. Because Jim Jones was moving out here at a certain point. I know this to be fact, right? For sure, he was in the traps. I mean, that was really all that was, though. It was like the Bloods bumping Jim Jones. You feel me? Listen, Jim Jones, you're not the highest on the list either, bro. And we already know this. If Pusha T ain't that high, we know he higher than you, fam, on the list, bro. We don't care if it's a top 50, a top 100, top 75. We know that Pusha T will rank higher than you. That is all I'm really saying here, and I don't really understand why Jim Jones is jumping out the window like this. But I'm just saying though, a diss snippet at a fashion show for your man that brought you in the game, is a flex, man. He ready, low key. The battle's over already. Like, let's acknowledge the fact that low key Pusha T won already with that. That is the craziest rollout. We've never even. I don't even think I've never seen anything like that. Your man was on the runway hitting the corner with his brother, the Clipse. And the Clipse look like they about to drop something too. He might drop the disc, and then the Clipse might drop an album, fam. Which would be super crazy to boost up the. I don't know what's about to happen, man. All I know is this: Jim Jones, you might not want that smoke, dog. And I will be in Harlem. the next time it does not rain. Because this weekend is out. Let me see. Yeah, this weather is crazy, man. It is not. We are in the fall right now, fam. The summer is over. That might be the name of this episode. The summer is definitely over. Uh, shout out to Pharrell. We gonna get off of that now, man. That was a long tangent, man. It was. But we gonna get off of that now, and we're gonna get into. Hold up, man. Yeah, I'm gonna need the air horns for this one right here. No, 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 no. For this one right here, I'm gonna need the air horns. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And you know it. Episode 35. The summer is over. Yeah, that's just how I'm feeling right now. I'm looking at my window right now, fam. The sun is not shining, dog. In June. We are in June and the sun is not shining. Can you tell me what's going on? Can you tell me? Can you tell me what's going on? I said, could you tell me? Tell me what's going on. Too many real, not enough soldiers. All this history lost in the. Shout out to. I should know the name of the group off the top of my head, but I don't. I don't. The name of the song is Lost in America, and I'm not gonna hold you. Uh, I truly do believe Low Village is severely, painfully underrated, man. That song should have a billion hits on every platform, fam. And this is a shameless plug right now. It's actually there ain't no shame in this at all. Low Village Lost in America is an amazing record that you need on your playlist ASAP. Right? See, I just broke into that, like, cause it's in me, man. It's just certain lyrics that don't leave you when they enter you. Pause, if the pause was applicable, right? Shout out to the It Is What It Is podcast, right? Because we already know they brought pause all the way back. I was all for pause and all that, fam. You gotta understand, as a New Yorker, the pause game is gonna always forever be a thing, like internally, that you kind of like, if you're not saying it out loud, understand that you're gonna always be saying it quietly to yourself, right? And I do this thing every single day, right? So it's just something that I was keeping it quiet. They brought it all the way back out of me, fam. I'm pausing on the train now, out loud again. I'm pausing that shit. I shouldn't probably even be pausing. Like, it is what it is. It is what it is, and everybody can't go. We might need to do a collab episode because I kind of like the ring of that. It is what it is. Everybody can't go. It's low key, like the same. You know, we cooking, man. That's all I'm saying, man. We cooking. Episode 35. You already know what it is. But listen, man. Listen. Let's get to the next topic, man. And off top, I need some air horns, please. I need some more air horns, please. I need some more air horns, man. I'm not done with the air horns. More air horns right now. Right now. Yeah, 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 yeah. Jermaine Cole. Jermaine Cole, J. Cole, more specifically. You might have heard of him. Huh? One of the greatest hip hop artists of all time. You know, definitely one of the leaders of this generation right now. You know, obviously, easily can be in that 1-2 conversation as far as the top in the game, man. But listen, man, this ain't rap talk right now. This is big bag. Get to the bag talk, fam. Get to the bag. J. Cole is a minority owner of the Charlotte Hornets by way of a sale. That's right. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Michael Jordan has given up. He gave up, fam. That's it, man. He said, you know what? I see what's going on over there with Scotty and Larsa, which unfortunately we might have to revisit the Scotty Pippen and Larsa saga, fam, which is crazy, right? Because I literally ended my last episode. No, understand that I'm literally looking at my docket right now, and right over to the left, I'm looking at topic 7, Scotty Pippen versus Michael Jordan. But that was then. This is now, right? And there's a whole nother thing going on with Scotty, and I guess we'll get to that, reluctantly we'll get to that, right? Because I don't even really want to. I didn't even think I was ever gonna have to talk about Scottie Pippen again, fam. But this latest that I just picked up, salute to J. Cole, man. Salute to J. Cole for, I mean, amazing, move right here for him and his, I feel like his resume, becoming a minority owner of the Charlotte Hornets, which obviously, he's from the Carolinas. That's his hometown. That's his city. Like, so I know this is something that he probably was dreaming of, right? As cliche as that may sound, obviously we know he got a dollar in a dream. You know what I'm saying? And J. Cole is a dreamer. Dreamville, right? Say less. This is something that I'm sure he wanted to check this off of, the task list. And honestly, man, this is big news right here. And realistically, I I don't know, man. Realistically, Kendrick, Drake, that whole 1, 2, 3, who's one, who's the two, who's the three. This might have moved J. Cole into that one slot right now. For the momentarily, J. Cole has moved himself up into the number one slot, fam. Yeah. I respectfully, because obviously Kendrick is, still Kendrick, right? Drake is Drake, I guess. Aubrey, is he Aubrey? Or is he? I don't know who he is, fam. Does he want to act? Does he want to rap? Does he want to sing, fam? Pick your poison. But I just feel like this right here is just a little bit more. This is just a notch up of what we're seeing Drake and Kendrick doing right now, fam. You purchasing a basketball team or putting yourself in the conversation to at some point maybe he'll be able to purchase the team. You understand what I'm saying? He's getting a step closer to that. And realistically, there's not any we don't have that many principal owners. As a matter of fact, we just lost the only one that I feel like we Michael Jordan might have been the only principal owner that was African American in the National Basketball Association. Obviously, you have minority owners, and just that word minority is a little triggering, right? And if we break it down and we look at the demographics and the statistics and basically the percentages of, the disparities of ownership and how many black owners we have versus how many white owners we have, that's a very, very disappointing conversation and the results are going to be painful, right? This is something that, you know, I've been trying to highlight for years personally. I just feel like it's absurd that, we support this game, we buy this stuff, we support these brands, and at the end of the day, we can only become a minority owner. A minority. Enough said, right? But at the end of the day, I just took it somewhere else. I ain't even want to do that. Hold on. I ain't want to shit on J. Cole moment right now. I ain't want to do that to Cole, fam. This is a big move for J. Cole right here because at the end of the day, J. Cole was viewed as a minority at the end of the day. Yeah. He had to come up and figure all that out. You feel me? And realistically, he raps about the lifestyle from the perspective rather of the minority, right? So I don't feel like J. Cole would have any problem with what I'm saying right now at all. I think he already said this on one of them songs on you know what I'm saying? Friday Night Lights or one of them. Was that Friday Night Lights? Huh? Come on, man. J. Cole been talking about this stuff. But salute to Cole though, man. Salute to Cole. I ain't really have much there other than I just wanted to salute Cole, man. Anything Cole is doing. And once again, this is the 50th year of hip hop. I do want to take this time to mention the fact that they definitely are gonna have a big hip hop extravaganza. And all I'm saying is this: the EBCG is in the building, fam. I will be in Yankee Stadium. I'm not sure what date that is, but I will find out. But I'm in the building, fam. If y'all don't think I'm gonna be in Lupe Fiasco on the bill, the 50th year hip hop Yankee Stadium, that is gonna be an event that I will not be missing, right? So yeah, EBCG, y'all could look out for me for that. I'm gonna definitely be in the building for that hip hop 50 concert, Yankee Stadium. That should be coming up. Hopefully, it's gonna be sunny though, because realistically, fam, I'm like, once again, I'm looking outside, man, and it's just like I need the sun for the hip hop 50, man. They want to take y'all want to take the sun from us. They waited to the 50th year of hip hop. This is some bullshit, man. Them white people up to something, man. All I'm saying is this: when they covered up the damn sky and told us that the wildfire in Canada did this, right? But the Canadians was all outside with no mask on, chilling, and we was the only ones over here up, coughing and shit, right? All I'm saying is this: they went up there and did some bullshit. They did some bullshit, and we gonna acknowledge the fact that I seen them do this without the smoke in the air. So we know for a fact when we can't see. I don't know what's going on, man. They changed the sun or something, bro. These white people, they we gonna leave that for what episode is this gonna be, man? I gotta come through with this episode for y'all right here. Y'all gonna get these jewels right here. That might be the name of it right there. These jewels, these jewels are these. J. Cole Horn as a minority owner is a big deal though. It really is though. And I ain't mean to step on it with that whole minority comment, but I mean realistically, fam. Sometimes I just talk and I'm not even really like I said. I'm coming off the dome with it, so that kind of just caught me at the in the moment or whatever the case may be. But nah, it's still a big deal. It is for a rapper who probably wasn't even going to be viewed as anything other than just being a rapper. There wasn't no guarantees that J. Cole was going to put out these albums and get himself into this position to now where he can be throwing these festivals and becoming a minority owner of the Hornets. This is a really big deal, man. And I'm really happy for J. Cole. I am, man. This is somebody who I've been following, listening to, following their journey, So to see it get him to this point right here, man, I know for I'm pretty sure that he was, you know, uh, working for this to have these type of opportunities, man. So I think it's big. Salute to J. Cole. I do want to see more of us in these positions of ownership, especially in when it comes to sports, because I do feel like it's something that we dominate. So why not control the game that we dominate, right? And we bring in so much money. It's a reason why they don't want us to control all that money that we bringing in, man. And I'm just gonna end that right there like that. We gonna move on from that to some tragic shit, man. Unfortunately, like I said, I just jot them down and then I get to it. But we up to topic number 8 right now, and where we at? Missing Titanic sub, shaking my head is what I wrote down. I didn't really do no extensive research. I didn't really feel the need to. Because realistically, fam, what we have learned from this situation is sometimes it's better to just stay the home and just sit there. Sometimes you could be too inquisitive, right? Sometimes maybe you should have just left that shit alone. You understand what I'm saying? Sometimes maybe it wasn't that important. Maybe you shouldn't have wanted to go down into the bottom of the ocean to go see the Titanic. How many years ago did this happen? 100? I don't have the number in front of me. I know the movie came out a long time ago, right? So if the movie came out, that was like 25 years ago right there. So I'm just imagining, oh man, I don't really want to make any light of this because realistically, fam, we're on the clock right now. Or realistically, fam, somebody is on the clock right now. I'm in the crib giving y'all episode 35. What y'all know about me is that there will never be a time in life that I will ever be in a situation like this. Now I might get jammed up. I've been jammed up. Never in life was this an option right here. And realistically, fam, I just told y'all to stay out of the goddamn water on my last 2 episodes ago, right? I told y'all about the water. I said this is probably, obviously we had the whole situation with the air and the quality of the air. We already had so many different situations. The water, they washing up the damn fish, washing up on the shore. You got birds falling out the sky. It's crazy right now, fam. You got orcas, killer whales attacking boats, fam. I'm not even really sure if that's still, a thing. I ain't really been keeping up with the orca news, but I know that that was happening at some point, and that was recently. And I said to myself, at that point, I will not be in the water this summer. And clearly, as we can clearly see, there is no summer. So even more of a reason for me to there's no incentive to go to the beach. If it's gonna keep looking like this, it's gray outside right now, fam. We in the middle of the end of June. This is the end of June. It's only 30 days in June. 8 more days left, fam. We in July, August, September. That's it. We're done. The summer's out of here, bro. Grand opening, grand closing, fam. This is crazy. But these people, yeah, all right, so this is the thing. I don't really have, all I have is basically all of what I've heard. And all of what I've heard is that individuals, I don't have the exact count or number of people. I don't have any names in front of me. What I will say is this: prayers and condolences. Prayers and serious condolences, man, because honestly, this is like, you got to understand, for me personally, these are the things I've had. I've had nightmares about this type of shit. You understand what I'm saying? And what y'all gotta understand about me is I actually remember my dreams and my nightmare like vividly. Like I remember. Maybe not every single one of them, but the ones I do remember, I remember them verbatim, is what I'm saying. And I've definitely had, a series of nightmares that involve me in water, right? And honestly, fam, what I'm trying to tell you is this. Yeah, I know dreams is like realistic, right? Like I could basically say that I've lived this shit for real. I know exactly what's going on under that water, fam. It's nothing nice right now. It's nothing nice. It's nothing nice. I'm not sure what the time, obviously they have a certain amount of time, which makes it that much more sad. And now it's like, oh man, they on the clock right now. As I'm as I'm as I'm cooking up this episode right now, I can tell you with a certainty that there are men and women. I'm assuming men and women. I don't know if it's men and women. It could just be all men or it could just be all women. I would assume that that group of people is probably going to be mixed up, right? It's probably some men, it's probably some women, right? They're on the clock right now, man. And that oxygen tank or whatever it is that's keeping them breathing and, under that water is obviously going to only last but for so long. There's been rescue attempts. They have been unsuccessful. There's been a lot of, they came out and spoke. I'm not really sure who the individual was, the chief or something, right? He came out and he was basically trying to explain that these efforts are not going to be easy, right? And I just kept hearing him say complicated and difficult rescue attempts, and it doesn't sound good at all. And I'm not really sure when this episode is going to drop. More than likely, this will be out tomorrow. As a matter of fact, it will be out tomorrow because I'm not putting it out today. I was going to do that, but what had happened was I'm just going to be all the way transparent with y'all. The kid is out here, I had to go handle some business or whatever. So I had a little appointment, man. I had to go take a little test, a little drug test or whatever the case may be. So I set up my appointment in advance. Of course, I go in and nothing is set up, right? So I thought. I ended up in the wrong goddamn facility, in the wrong office, right? I'm waiting in the wrong place. I done took a nap, woke up, took another nap, woke up, passed out. They not even talking to me. They ignoring me. I come in, I sign in, just to find out that I was basically in there just taking a nap the whole time. While I could have really been cooking up this whole time. This shit would have been out already, fam. So I wasted like 5 hours is basically what I'm saying, right? That could have easily been used for this podcast. But it's okay though. Because everything happens for a reason. And realistically, fam, the way it's trending right now, this probably is gonna be my longest episode to date. We at an hour and 30 minutes right now. I want to salute me right now for being at an hour and 30 minutes. Understand that my phone is dead right now. Understand that it's been that kind of week. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Shit been dying on me, fam. Sometimes shit gonna die on you. It's crazy, man. But you can't die. You can't die. I'm not dying. You die on me, I'm gonna keep living because at the end of the day, these podcasts are still coming out, fam, and I'm gonna keep on giving them bars. Willmatic TV, the missing Titanic sub. Am I all for that? I'm pretty much. I mean, like I said, we're still awaiting to see how that ends. Hope we are hoping for a miracle here. It doesn't sound good from what I've heard and the last reports that I've heard. If these people do end up passing away, is it going to be a thing where it's like I don't know, man. This is a tough, man. This is tough. This is tough. This is a tough one, but they definitely paid $250,000 for this. Can you imagine spending $250,000 and this is how you end up? It's just bad all around, man. I would advise for everybody to stay out of the goddamn water. Uh, yeah, just stay out of the water, man. I'm staying out of the water this summer. I might go to the beach, I might even gonna walk up to the I don't even want that shit on me, fam. Realistically. What is that in there? After they just put orange shit in the damn that shit is probably filled with all of that. Anyway, so praise and condolences to those individuals. We are waiting to see how this all plays out. We're gonna move on from that, and we're gonna just get a little bit more morbid on you, huh? Let's just get a little dark on you. Come on, man. I can't always be light and give y'all the good news, fam. Sometimes it get dark. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It get dark sometimes, fam. Turn on the night light, fam. What can I tell you? It's dark out here, man. It's dark out here. Tax Stone, Tax Stone was sentenced recently. He got 35 years, man. And we're not gonna sugarcoat this. Tax Stone, you know, tax season, former podcast. I was definitely all the way tuned in. Um, yeah, I just feel like this is just all across the board a big loss. For not only first and foremost for the family, of brother Banger, who obviously lost his life in this whole situation. Obviously, we kind of already know what happened. We don't need to rehash the negativity. Taxstone and Troy Ave and Irving Plaza and that whole, it was disgusting. And I truly do feel like to this day, I mean, obviously, man, how pointless was this shit, man? Seriously, like this shit was one of the most. I feel like with Pac and Big, it was kind of like there was kind of like somewhat of a motive there. You know what I'm saying? Even though there really wasn't, at least we kind of had a history of real shit happening to where it was like when it finally happened, it was kind of like it was still shocking, but I mean, this was like shocking and like stupid at the same time. Like it was kind of just like you were shocked about the level of stupidity that was involved here. I mean, at least I was, right? Because I'm thinking to myself, Troy Ave. I've stood next to Troy Ave, fam. Like literally, like Troy Ave ain't really. I'm just saying, man. For you to feel like you needed to go this far with a situation that involved that individual, who at the end of the day, I got somewhat respect for Troy Ave. Like I said, man. Like I said, man. This is the blemish on his resume right here. I'm talking about Troy Ave. This was the thing that kind of was like, all right, man. Nah, there was some other things too, though. He had said what he said about rest in peace, Capital Steez, rest in power to Capital Steez, man. One of the illest lyricists in hip hop history. I'm jacking that. If he ever had his run and got his time to get his shit off, Capital Steez was truly a MC, and obviously his situation, suicide and tax. Troy Ave rather had that whole comment that he made about. I mean, listen, man, he said some wild shit, man, in the past. I just feel like, man, I don't know, man. I'm not even really sure. Like, listen, Tax Stone, you got 35 years. You gonna have to sit down for 35 years, bro. And that's just what it is, bro. You did this. You put yourself in this position, man. You can't let these people blow you out of your bag, bro. You can't let them trick you out of your bag, bro. You got tricked out of your bag. You got tricked out of your bag. And at the end of the day, I'm not gonna sit here and act like I've never been tricked out of my bag. The thing with me is I'm gonna get another bag, number one. Number two, you might not be able to fully like I'm not really trying to I don't know. I'm not gonna go this far. I'm not gonna go this far. Not for the situation that this was, right? This was just an altered verbal dispute or something, bro. Where he punched him in the face or something, fam. You know how much times I got punched in the face, fam? You don't have to you punch back. Go for a leg, a double leg or something if you don't want to swing. If you don't got no hands, try to take him down or something, bro. But you ain't have to. Do you understand what I'm saying? You ain't have to get to this, man. You ain't have to get to this. So now this is where we at. Taxstone has definitely been sentenced to 35 years in prison. Don't let them trick you out of your bag, man. There's so many ways they could trick you out of your bag. Oh man, they would literally put you against you. Understand what I'm saying, fam? They gonna sit back, they gonna learn you so that they could create a you that they could put against you. Don't let them do that to you, man. It's only one you at the end of the day, realistically, fam. That other shit that they did was a clone, fam. And you know why that clone was designed? To trick you out of your bag. You can't let them trick you out of your bag, fam. Nah. I done seen too many of these situations right here. Where now it's just like, all right, so you trying to tell me that 35 years, I'm 35 years old. That's my whole entire life, man. Like, bro, that is insane, bro. That this man will have to go sit down. Listen, man. Hey, man. Hey, can't let them trick you out of your bag. And now that we're on prison, rest in peace, Banger, once again. You know, prayers and condolences to his people, his loved ones. Sean Duke, hold your head, salute. Sean Duke McFadder, you know, real right. OG. Uh, but we talking about Taxstone being sentenced to 35 years in prison, and we talking about basically earlier we was basically touching on just how I feel like there's such a blurred line with the music industry and specifically hip hop and just the prison industrial complex, and I just feel like we're seeing so many different skirmishes and situations where the two things kind of go hand in hand. And obviously, a lot of the stuff that's done in hip hop, right, is a lot of the stuff that we're calling our culture. And I think there's a blurred line there as well when we're talking about culture and we're showing these images of what, is perceived to be culture as opposed to what is culture, right? It's just a lot of just misleading shit going on, man. And nine times out of nine, it's gonna end you up in only one place, fam. And we're clearly seeing a lot of these different artists end up in that predicament. And if the streets is gonna follow these artists, because realistically, that's exactly what's happening, right? Everybody outside just trying to mimic everything that they see people doing on Instagram, right? All of the people with the most followers, right? But at the end of the day, having the most followers, is that really gonna mean anything when you're in jail? Huh? When you sitting in behind bars for 35 years, can your followers, I don't care how many followers, how many of your followers are gonna come and visit you when you locked up after you done got jammed up and did some dumb shit, fam? We gotta redesign this thing, man. This thing ain't really built for us to win. I know this for a fact. I gotta do it differently. I can't do it like what y'all. I can't do what I see y'all doing. I refuse to do it, man. And we from there we go to what? Casanova. Casanova, obviously Casanova, man. Listen, Casanova came, he came, he saw, he conquered, man. He came out the gate swinging. He came, obviously Casanova, Brooklyn artist, he was buzzing, he was doing his thing. But obviously Casanova has a history and obviously he has a past, right? We don't need to elaborate on that. It's all documented and it's all there. We seen it play out, right? We see where he is now, and we kind of see that unfortunately, you know, they not gonna be there to build you up, but they're gonna be there to tear you down. They're gonna be there for to tear you down. Now, I'm not exactly sure on exactly what the details are here. I'm not in no prison, right? I'm not in no fucking. I'm not in my so like realistically, fam. I just don't understand what's going on, man. Like, why are you dudes allowing these people to, you know what I'm saying, trick you out of your bag, fam? Because realistically, there's a lot of tricks. There's a lot of tricks, and I've seen a lot of them personally. I've seen a few of them. Sometimes you see them from places where you ain't even think they'd be coming from, but you still see them, right? You might not even be able to say something sometimes because it's so appalling and it's so disgusting. It is so repugnant out here sometimes that you gotta just stay quiet sometimes. And I know that's hard for y'all to even believe. You stay quiet sometimes? Yeah. There's some days I don't say one word. I'm lying. I'm always talking constantly, right? I usually don't, you have your times and moments of reflection, man. I'm getting off subject. I want to just say that, Casanova was slashed in prison, man. They slashed Cass. They slashed him, buck 50 them up real quick. Why? Why? Because he wanted to remove himself from a situation that he felt like wasn't beneficial to him anymore. He said, you know what? And I don't know if he said this verbatim, but I'm going to just assume that he was having basically just what I was describing. Those days, those moments of reflection, fam. Huh? Those quiet days when you ain't really got nothing to say, man. All you doing is thinking about some shit because you just It's just like you can't even really find the words to describe this shit. There's really no words to describe it. It really is no words to describe it. So you gotta just sit there and think about this shit. He was having one of those days in there where he was like, yo, fam, check this out. I've been doing this and this is where it got me. I'm not trying to do this no more. I got to a certain point in my life where I felt like I was progressing and I'm trying to get back to that. He made a decision. He went and hollered at some guys. I don't know how this went down, guys. I'm spitting off the dome right now, right? I would imagine, I don't know, they might have been on the yard or something. He might have been lifting, doing some, he might have been curling something crazy, a couple of hundred dumbbells or something. I don't know. He went over and seen the captain, the OG, whoever it was he needed to talk to. He let him know what he was thinking about as far as like where his mind state was at. Like, I'm trying to elevate. And personally, I've been in this room. I've been in this room. And I'm not even gonna hold you. It does get I've seen these situations play out before, is what I'm basically trying to say. Not to the extent of this, uh, but what I will say is, there's a lot of people that don't want to hear, that the way that they've been doing things is basically just not the right way, right? So I'm assuming that that was more of the case, more of the same here. And listen, man, they slashed Casanova. He was trying to leave the gang. That's what's being rumored. I don't know this to be fact. At the end of the day, prison is its own world, fam. And realistically, fam, we don't really know what the fuck is going on inside of there. Any story could get put out and brought back, and whatever the case may be, we don't know what could have really been the result of that, right? But if that is the case, I do feel like that is unfortunate, man. That is unfortunate. I also heard that he got the guy back. I don't know how true this stuff is. Like I said, I don't really even care about all that, man. Casanova coming out of prison with a big ass buck 50 over his eye, talking about this is Brooklyn. I mean, listen, man. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. What does this even mean? That is there more information here that we're gonna get later on? Because I don't really want to speculate here. But what I'm saying is this: when it comes to prison and the gang culture and getting buck 50s, and maybe there's some more to the story here. I'm off this. I'm off this, man. I'm free. I'm a free black man. I don't want to be no. I don't want to talk about prison. I don't. I have to do it for the podcast, realistically, fam. But I try to keep that to a limit. Only 2 prison topics an episode, fam. We don't want to really stay on that. We don't really harp on that. That's negative energy. That's dark energy. That's demonic energy. And realistically, the prison system was built by the devil. Okay, and anybody that's willing to perpetuate, or help populate something that the devil created, enough said. Enough said. And that's probably the reason why we don't got no goddamn sun in the sky right now in the summertime, fam. Because it's a bunch of devils walking around amongst us, fam. And until we rid this shit of all of these demons, we ain't gonna really have no more sunny days, fam. Maybe that's really what's going on, fam. Maybe it's not no conspiracy by the government. Maybe I am overthinking things. Maybe it's really just in plain sight, some shit that's right there type shit. You know how that go. You know what I'm saying? You know how that go. It's crazy out here, man. Yo, I'm definitely an hour and 46 minutes in. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. Last week I had a pretty turbulent week. But realistically, man, you kind of what I'm starting to learn and what I'm starting to notice about myself is it's something I've been noticing for real, but what I'm really starting to hone in on is the adversity. And realistically, I thrive on it at this point. I thrive on it. There's no me without adversity, realistically. And I have to, I'm starting to really see that everything and the person that I am today, everything, all of these great episodes that I've given y'all, I know y'all be listening to this like, man, damn, man, he really does. Like, this is like, he sounds amazing. Like, this must be a really, really good. I mean, if you haven't met me, you probably want to meet me, is what I'm saying. Listening to these episodes, I'm pretty dope, is what I'm saying, right? These are some amazing episodes, man. I got to give myself some credit. Like, realistically, fam, you listening to these episodes and you sitting back like, damn, man, I like to actually like have dinner with this person and talk about this stuff. That's not an option, more than likely. However, what I'm saying is you might have had that thought. All I'm saying is this: as far as me, what I've learned about myself is that adversity is 100% absolutely necessary. As long as we identify And uh yeah, it's just always important to identify what it is that we're facing. And realistically, fam, adversity is definitely necessary to get to the next level or to just get wherever you're trying to go or to get to the top, whatever it is that you're trying to do. Whatever step you're trying to take, whatever the next move is that you're trying to make, fam. Adversity is the main ingredient that's necessary for that to happen. That is just what it is, fam. If you think you're gonna just be happy every single day and just be winning every single, that's not how that works, man. You don't really want to get that comfortable to where, I mean, yeah, that's ultimately what we all want at the end of things, but that's based on basically what you was taught for real. And that's another thing I had to learn. You know what I'm saying? What was implemented into your I'm gonna spin on y'all with that episode. Like I said, man, I got a heavy episode for y'all at some point, man, that I've been trying to hold off for real. Because realistically, fam, I seen what they did to Kanye, and I was saying worse shit. You know what I'm saying? Realistically, that's really the truth right there. I was saying way worse shit than that. So look, Jonathan Majors is good. He's good. He's Megan good. Yeah, yeah. See what I did there? Did you see what I did there? Jonathan Majors is Megan good. And I don't even feel like I need to even elaborate on that, man. He good. He good. He Megan good. Come on, man. What we talking about here, man? This man came out, burst out on the scene, and was killing shit. Black Hollywood was in an uproar because of what he was doing with on film with the whole Creed thing, and then all of a sudden accusations came out that he body slammed and beat a girl up. It was just like I didn't really know how to feel about that. You feel me? Then now it's like, all right, now it's starting to look like maybe there's some more things. Jonathan Majors is good, man, and he's Megan good at that. Enough said, fam. And realistically, damn, he got to it before I did, man. I just knew that I was gonna run into. I always have this scenario in my mind, right? That I'm gonna run into one of these, and it's like I run into celebrities, but I never catch the ones that the ones I want to see, man. If I ever see Megan Good, fam, at this point now, though, yeah, yeah, major, major moves being made with Megan Good and Jonathan Majors. Jonathan Majors is currently, you know, I'm not sure if the trial began or not, but he's going through a whole back and forth situation dealing with some legal obligations. He was just recently in court, and Megan Good, who has been rumored to be, dating Jonathan Majors, basically came and confirmed the rumors in the courtroom. She came in there with some see through shit on, man. Listen, man, I still ain't even see it because I'm a busy guy at the end of the day. And realistically, fam, them days of me clicking on looking for Megan Good tit slip, like I used to really Google these things. Like I used to look for the Megan Good nip slip shit. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Facts, facts. You could find that in my history at some point in life. Not anymore. I don't really get excited over Megan Good titties no more. You feel me? You can't really just get me to click on your website to see some titties from Megan Good no more, fam. But I heard about it though. And everybody else is talking about it. So what I'm really saying is at some point I will eventually get curious, but I ain't see it though. I feel like I've already seen her shit. Like I don't really. That's not really must see TV anymore. Shout out to Jonathan Majors though, man. Jonathan Majors is good, y'all. He's making good. We gonna move on from that. Yeah, this episode is a body, by the way. I'm at a point now where I could kind of like I'm editing as I'm going along. Like I do that now. I kind of edit and I pod at the same time. Because realistically, when I had the instrumentals on, y'all remember how I used to originally do this with the instrumentals. I had the hip hop. I felt like, listen, I was just trying to give y'all different flavors, different styles, different energies. And realistically, it was kind of more about, for me, I just felt like I wanted to, I don't know if it's pay homage, but I just know that I'm heavily influenced by 90s radio, right? And specifically, obviously, hip hop, Hot 97, and just that whole era of you know, uh, just great urban radio, man. Like just all of the classic moments that were created on radio. And if you go back, which I often do because I'm a student, and you know listen to any one of these, you know, whether it's an old Angie interview or old, you will always hear that there's those instrumentals looping in the background, right? And that's just always had a strong, profound effect on me for real. So in all reality, I was really paying homage to Angie and them. The instrumentals was basically my way of mimicking the shit that inspired me. You feel me? Because that's how I listened to it, and that was how it got me to get into it. So I felt like I'm gonna try to implement it, and it does. You know, it does what it does. But realistically, fam, at a certain point, you got to get the instrumentals out of here and get to it. And now I need y'all to just hear me now. You feel me? Y'all could go download the instrumentals on y'all own time, and y'all could put my voice over it on y'all own time. You feel me? Yeah, 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 yeah. I could do that for you. Yeah, and I'm back like that. You already know we approaching, man. Listen, hour and 53 minutes in, we are approaching hour two. This is the EBCG. This is episode 35. I am your host, Will Maddock. You already know what it is. I appreciate you all for joining me on this episode. Now, last episode, you probably remember me, you know, I had some things to say. Listen, and at the end of the day, maybe I do owe. You know what? No, no, no. I was actually gonna apologize for my behavior on the last episode. Yeah, I was actually going to come on here and issue a public apology to Larsa Pippen. Yeah, I was going to do that. I was going to man up and come on here and tell y'all that I might have took it a little too far last episode. I might have said some things that, quite frankly, was out of my character, man. It wasn't really in good taste. I might have said some vulgar things. I might have slipped up and said, I don't know what I said, honestly. That was last episode, fam. But what I'm saying is this. I was getting ready to come on here and I was willing to give a public apology to Larsa Pippen. I said to myself, you know what? Maybe I wasn't being fair. Maybe there's more to the story than I know. Maybe she's not. Maybe she's not just a greedy, low down, bottom feeding, I'm not gonna say it, but you know what I'm getting ready to say. You heard the first letter and you probably put it together. She's probably not that. And I was getting ready to come on here and really apologize for my behavior, but realistically, fam, something else came across my desk in regards to Larsa Pippen and Scottie Pippen, and I'm not really sure, you know, once again, I don't know who her PR team is, but man, they are working for their money. It has been brought to my attention that Larsa Pippen is set to receive half of Scottie Pippen's Chicago Bulls retirement funds. Chicago Bull retirement funds? Half? So let me get this straight. I enter the draft. I get into the NBA. I end up on this team with this player. I do what I do. I play my role perfectly. We win all these rings. I go down to be one of the most underappreciated, tag team partners in NBA history, right? They put out documentaries, they defame me, they don't really give me my full credit. You know what I'm saying? It's all of this stuff I have to endure. Then on top of all of that, you trying to tell me that there's a lady that now has the rights to half of all of which I have earned over this course of my career? Fellas, once again, earlier I was speaking a little bit about, basically being tricked out of your bag, man, and how easy it is for you to just be tricked out of your bag, fam. They gonna put you against you. Understand what I'm saying? They know that nobody fing with you. They know that nobody can beat you. So what they're gonna do is find a way to put you against you. Remember this. This is a gem right here that I'm giving you, right? You might be looking at you for real. They gonna try to put you against you, right? I'm not sure how this is going to tie in, but Larsa Pippen, I mean, she's putting Scottie Pippen against his money right now, fam. She's in his pockets, fam. Half of the Chicago Bulls retirement fund. How does this even work, fam? I'm not sure what judge ordered this. I'm not even sure what's going on and what the court procedures are even over. Is this like a child support situation here, or is this just like a is there a lawsuit here that I'm not sure what's going on, fam? But Larsa Pippen has to be the best. Who's living a better life than Larsa Pippen, fam? We talking about somebody who literally has not lifted a finger. You have not lifted one finger. You ain't take a free throw, but you somehow are entitled to half of this man's money. You married Michael Jordan's son. It's just like, what is next, fam? What's next? What's next? What are you gonna take this man's his testicles away from him next? You wanna just completely rip this man's manhood away from him. Let's take his money. I wanna humiliate you. I wanna completely make you feel like how I feel about myself. What is this really going on? Like, is Larsa Pippen? I don't even know how she looks, bro. And maybe that's why I'm so edgy about it, because I really don't know who this is for real. I'm not even trying to be funny. Why do I keep? I'm not gonna stay on this. I'm not gonna raise my blood pressure over this. We at the 2 hour mark in about four, four, three, two, one. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a milestone for me. I am at the 2 hour mark, episode 35, the EBCG. I ain't come to play with y'all on this episode, man. And realistically, fam, I ain't have to drop nothing. Cause I just gave y'all some heat on the 15th, which is only 7 days ago, fam. So realistically, I'm really being consistent for real, is what I'm saying. Like, I don't really plan on doing these. I kind of, I just know when it's time to go when I look at the docket. You understand what I'm saying? And once we get to 13, it's kind of like, all right, we're going to stop here. Because, like I said, I got to 2 hours with 13 topics, fam. I see these podcasts, they talking about every and anything, and they only getting up to an hour, fam. They only getting up to an hour, 30 minutes, 40 minutes sometimes. Like, it's only really one podder out there that can really out pod me as far as the length of the podcast, and that's the Joe Budden podcast, man. We not gonna even play. We not gonna play. They sitting there doing 3 hours consistently twice a week, but then at the same time, it's six of them. They taking days off. They rotating the guests, the host now. I see what they got going on over there. Salute, salute, salute to the JBP. Ish, salute. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate the continued support, my brother. I see you. You know what I'm saying? In the stories frequently. And you even hearted one of them, which is, at the end of the day, pause. But at the end of the day, we already know that that's the algorithm and that's how they set it up for us to communicate. I don't really like the heart on Instagram anymore. I think we need to get rid of that. I feel like Instagram is probably the antithesis of what the heart is supposed to mean. I'm not really sure how that even happened, fam. Like, who made that correlation there? Maybe we need to get something else there. Maybe an AI, a robot symbol, or something like this. There is no love on Instagram, fam. I'm not gonna hold you. Like I said, I'm 2 hours in at this point. I'm a little bit over my head. I have some editing to do. I also have some other things I need to do on a personal note. But all I'm saying is this: I'm getting ready to end this. Don't let them trick you out of your bag, man. Don't let them trick you out of your bag, and stop feeling like adversity is the end of the world, fam. Adversity is necessary, man, for you to get to the next step. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people ran from the adversity and they hid from the adversity and they got comfortable wherever they was at, where they, hidden from the adversity. And realistically, fam, that's probably why they gonna stay where they at until they not there no more. You understand what I'm saying? You can't run from the adversity, fam, and you can't be afraid to change, and you can't be afraid to tell people to go themselves for real too. Like, it's just so many gems I want to hit y'all with at the end of this week, man. Because realistically, fam, I'm a walking testimony of everything that I say. I don't come on here to tell y'all nothing that is not realistic or something that's so outlandish that no. I'm talking about things that I'm living personally. So what I do is I live it, I experience it, then I come and I share it. I share it. I share the gems. I give y'all the keys. I'm gonna tell y'all what it really is out here. What it really is out here is that they're gonna scam you. Number one. What it really is out there is that if you're not a part of an organization or if you don't benefit from nepotism, you better be really, really highly skilled or some other shit. Because realistically, fam, they're gonna trick you out of your bag, fam. If they're not taking advantage of you, you know what I'm saying? It's just listen, man. They gonna trick you out of your bag, man. You gotta be sharp out here, man. I feel like I want to end it now. I do. I mean, What we got here? NBA draft? We'll end it with NBA draft, man. NBA draft is tonight, y'all. Yeah. And I won't be watching it because I got shit to do. But when I return from my shit that I got to do, I'll probably pop back. That's when I kind of tune in and get into all that. We'll probably be seeing Victor Wembanyama on the Spurs more than likely. I don't know. They might end up doing something monumental, and we might end up seeing one of them guys get traded because we know that we've seen this in the past. Players have been drafted and traded on the same night. You know, I'm not really sure is Scoop gonna go to the. We don't know. It's just so much to look forward to, man. In the NBA and life, and more importantly, and then more specifically, the EBCG podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, I did it again, man. My longest episode to date. We at 2 hours and 4 minutes right now. And if you break that down, that's really 24. You already know what that 24 mean. So we can go ahead and just say Mamba one time before we close out here with our outro and all that. Mamba mentality. Mamba forever, Gigi. You already know what it is. Episode 35. Yeah, I came, I saw, I conquered, man. I did. I did. I'm looking back at my first topic like, damn, I told y'all I spoke about this. That was so long. That was 2 hours ago, man. Damn, I flew by this shit though. I did. Yeah, I ate. I definitely ate. I'm definitely about to go eat some more, like some other shit, like some junk food type shit, because I'm definitely smacked right now. It's been an amazing episode. I definitely I'm looking forward to just the continued growth, just the continued growth. The quiet continued growth too. Cause I mean, listen, man, that's the other thing I'm starting to see, man. When you get quiet on these niggas don't like that shit, man. They don't they don't like when you get quiet on them. They start texting you and different numbers and number. Oh, my number was changed. Like, fam. Check this out, dog. All I'm really trying to say is you can't let them trick you out of your bag. So what I'm really trying to say is sometimes that means like even the situations that don't necessarily present themselves to be as such. Like it might sometimes look like a genuine, we just gonna go. Nah, fam. Sometimes you gotta give yourself that space, bro, on purpose, fam. Like, yeah, no, I wanted y'all to stay over there, fam. I don't want y'all over here right now. Cause realistically, fam, when I was over there, I seen what you was on, dog. And realistically, fam, you'll never get to this level of what I'm on. You'll never get there. I was there. I seen it. I came. I saw. I conquered, fam. The EBCG podcast. The EBCG podcast. The EBCG podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, this is episode 35. And that was a wrap. Until the next time. Like I said, you never know when I'm going to pop in. You never know when I'm going to drop in. You never know, man, because the topics keep topping. And realistically, these other pods ain't popping. Nah, salute to every podcaster, man. I'm obviously trying to like outro and freestyle off of this. Cause realistically, you can't just say bye, right? I can't just be like bye and then close it out. Can I? I can. Salute to y'all, man. Episode 35. That's a wrap. Until the next time. The EBCG podcast /WordPress.com. The website is coming soon. I know what you're thinking. You said this every episode, fam, and we ain't seen nothing yet. Patience. Patience is a virtue. Just stay patient, man. Listen. I got to episode 35, didn't I? Y'all didn't think I was gonna get to 35. Y'all was trying to stop me at episode 3. Come on, man. It's the EBCG. Willmatic TV. Till the next time. Peace.